Angels, if you could only see what I'm actually balancing my camera on right now, I think that you would judge me. Actually, you wouldn't because you're my best friends, but I judge me. Because clearly, I'm just awful at this YouTube business. But, do you know what? Girls got to do what a girl's got to do. Like, I'm in a hotel room, I want to film for my huns, I want to make sure that I've got my, you know, my footage filmed, I'm not missing an upload, so actually I'm winning. I'm a good YouTuber because I don't let my huns down. That's me trying to justify it anyway. Oh, Imogen. Hello, honeys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are just joining me now, then hi, my name's Imogen. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are just joining me now, then yay, this is really exciting. Please definitely hit that subscribe button. Join my family of huns. Smash that like button because today we have Storytime Sunday Part 3. This is part 3 of my job story time series. All of my previous jobs, I've told some naughty story times, and I feel like I'm making myself look bad because it's just me being naughty, but I'm actually a really hard worker, but I just feel like the naughty story times are the funny ones. So basically, if you are new here, then every single Sunday from now on, we have Storytime Sundays. I will link down in the description below, below? I will link down in the description below all of the previous parts. There's only been 2, so I don't know why you're talking about that, like there've been loads. But if you want to catch up on those ones, because there is a series of events. So by this point where I get this job, I am 16, nearly 17, and it is a bit of a bad one. It is a bit of a bad one. I'm really apologising. Oh, also, I'm really apologising about the fact I've got no foundation on. So if I look horrific, I really apologise. I have literally got the tiniest bit of concealer and my brows on, and a bit of lip liner. Really apologise, but you know, baby girls got to do what girls... I could put makeup on, but they're my best friends. It's just a story time. It's not a makeup tutorial, is it? Anyway, so... this story time is when I was 16, 17, and this is where I still had my job at Primark, but luckily we were slowly weaning off that one because of my last story time. You'll know why I had to leave Primark. Even though I loved Primark so much, I had to leave. If you haven't watched that one, then you need to go and watch that one. Anyway, so basically me and my best friend Laura at the time, we had a friend from the year above, I'll call her Sandy, and I don't know where that name came from, but apparently she's from Greece. But she basically had a job, and she was a girl that would flyer on the seafront for all of the clubs, or up West Street in Brighton. And basically she asked me and my friend to cover her one night. However, we're 16, 17. We're not even allowed to go clubbing, but we were. We used people's IDs, and this is me again saying, please don't do it, huns. Imogen made her mistakes. I went underage clubbing. Yes, yes, yes. I used to drink underage. I'm really sorry. Please don't judge me. I don't drink now, and I don't really go out clubbing now. So apparently I did it all when I was younger, but I'm not encouraging you to do that. I'm just being honest and open with you. So we got to cover her, and we were really excited because it was £30 for 3 hours, £10 cash in hand. And at the time I was like, £10 cash in hand, 30 quid for the night. And we were going to do it on the Friday and the Saturday. And I was like, sweet, we are doing this. So I was absolutely buzzing. I was like, yeah, baby girls, like I'm gonna get £60 for the weekend, and that was good. £60 cash for the weekend. Absolutely loving life. Anyway, so I don't know what that accent was. Apparently it was somewhere in between the Midlands and North, and also just it was an awful accent. So we started working for these clubs, and it was only one club at the time, and it was down on the seafront. Anyway, me and my friend, we were so confident because we just didn't care. It wasn't our job. So we just got up to everyone and be like, do you want to come to this club, blah blah, you need to come down, like it's amazing, it's the best, blah blah blah, etc etc etc. And people were like, yeah, let's go down, blah blah blah. And we never ever ever got asked our age. So all due respect to the people who got it wrong, we never got asked our age. We never lied because they just assumed we were 18 because we were working for the club. You know, when we went in the club, we never got ID'd. So this was the dream job at 16, 17, because not only was I getting paid cash in hand, it was a weekend job. I also sometimes finished at 1 o'clock in the morning. I could go into the club afterwards, which led me to need to leave Primark, which is in my last story time. But it was dreamy. Like all of my friends who didn't have IDs, I could get them into the club because I was like, oh, can my friend come in after work? And that was it. Boom, get all my friends in. I was a little bit popular at one point with my age group, but the girls in the year above, they weren't buzzing off us. So this weekend that we got the job, and we were just covering. However, then a group of uni boys went past, and they just started their own club nights, and we were like, oh, where are you going tonight, boys? We didn't know that they were promoters. We didn't know that they were working for their own nights. We're like, you need to come here. No, don't go there, it's rubbish. You need to come with us. Like, come on, boys, blah blah blah. And I was like, that Anyway, I could never have done it on my own ever in my life, but back then I had a lot of confidence apparently. I don't even know what I was doing. So basically we told these boys and they were like, you know what? You both are really funny. They were like, do you want to come work for us? And we were like, what do you mean? And they were like, well, you've just told us to not go to the club that we actually work for. And that is our night. And you've just told us it's rubbish. But we believe you. You're funny. And we were like, oh my God. We've just told these boys to not go to the club. And it's their club. It's their club nights. And we were like, it's rubbish, don't go there. So anyway, they were like, do you need a job? And we were like, yes. Because really, we weren't even working for this club. We were not working for this club. We were just covering for one of our friends. So anyway, they gave us the job. They actually offered us £12.50 cash in hand because we were like, we're getting paid £12 at the moment. What can you do for us? They were like £12.50. We were only getting 10, so we were like £2.50. That's £5 for 2 hours. That is £7.50 for 3 hours. Bonus. Absolutely bonus. So we'd got a pay rise as well as a new job, and we didn't even have a job in the first place. So with these boys, we actually started doing loads of different nights, and I would actually work on Tuesday evenings, I would work on Thursday evenings, Saturday and Sunday evenings. And it was hard because I also had my Saturday and Sunday job at Primark, but I was also trying to go to college and get all of my A-levels, which I ended up doing, so that's good. But I didn't go to college, and I had a really bad time at college because I just disliked it so much. That's another story time. I think I need to do story times about education because I've got uni stories, college stories, and it was just, yeah, like a lot of stories about them. I hated college so much, and mainly, actually no, there was a load of factors, but my parents were divorcing at the time, and there's so many different factors that went into that, but I just didn't really go to college, and my attendance was like 32%, so for me to get 4 A-levels, I was loving life. Don't know how I got my 4 A-levels, but I did very well. Thank you very much. Sorry, but you know, your baby girl, you've got to be proud of yourself, pat yourself on the back, give yourself a round of applause. So we started working with these boys and we started getting good money, but the girls in the year above us really didn't like us because they knew we were underage. So when we'd go into the club, they'd try and tell the bouncers, and obviously the bouncers would back us up. They never questioned us because we'd become so close with the clubs that they just believed that we were older. And I was like, these girls are just, they don't like us, and you know, you have to be like that because essentially the club could get shut down. It's so bad. It's so bad. The club could get shut down for employing underage, having underage girls in their club, and not just that, we'd lose our jobs, they'd lose their jobs. Like, it was such a risky thing. It was actually really bad. Anyway, the boys that we were working for, we eventually told them, and they were like, just don't worry about it, just don't tell the club. And we were like, well, we're not gonna, obviously not. So the boys were actually really chilled with it. And we felt really cool because we were with these uni lads, we were younger, we were just like loving our lives, seeing everyone on the club scene. You know, we thought we were Mrs. Big I Am, and we weren't at all. But the girls in the year above really didn't like us, to the point where when we'd be out clubbing after work, we'd go in, or we'd get a bit warm during our breaks because it was freezing. That's something I'll talk about in a minute. But they'd like barge us, push into us, come into the toilet, threaten to beat us up. Like, we'd be dancing and they'd be like that, whacking us, and like sometimes push us over. And it was like, girls, just because we're 1 year below you, like, you need to chill out. We're not doing anything, we're not in your space. Like, it was just really strange. And I knew for a fact that they'd gone clubbing the year before, underage, so it's just awful. Anyway, from working with the clubs, we ended up going to every single club in Brighton without getting ID'd. So it was actually perfect. So essentially, we weren't really lying because we weren't using fake IDs. We just get into clubs because they knew that we worked for so many other clubs. So it was actually pretty dreamy. It wasn't dreamy in the sense that it was absolutely freezing. Like, when I mean during the summer, it was prime time, loving life. I was like that, handing out the flyers, talking to people, making friends. Well, not friends, you think they're your friends, but they just want to come into the club. And it was me and my best friend. We were absolutely loving life. And then when me and my best friend fell out, I started working with another girl, and it was the same. It was still nice, but it was so much better to do it with my best friend. But obviously I've got story times about Laura, and I'll leave them all. Shall I leave them all in the description? If you want to go and see them, they're all in the description. They are bad story times. That's the worst friend I've ever had in my life. Anyway, so it was absolutely freezing. Like, when we do it, sometimes we do it in the snow. Like, it would be snowing and we'd still be outside, and I didn't have very warm jackets, and you'd still have to dress up. You'd still have to wear full face of makeup and still have to make yourself look nice, because you'd probably go into the club afterwards, but also they didn't want their girls that were flyering and promoting the club to be, you know, looking probably like this. Although I think my hair looks nice, so I'm just I'm chilling. I don't really care. So then, yeah, we'd always make sure we look nice and stuff like that. And my friend fancied one of the boys, and it kind of just got to a point where it was a bit like, it was fun, but it was also a job. So I was like, this is perfect. However, obviously when the snow was there, I'm working for 4 or 5 hours sometimes in the freezing cold, and I started taking more shifts. Now, extra shifts meant sometimes I would start from 7 in the afternoon, not in the morning, 7 in the evening, not afternoon even. Sometimes I'd work from 7 in the evening until 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I'd have a break till 3. When the clubs closed, I'd come back out and I'd work from 3 until 5 in the morning. It was absolute hell. And sometimes I would work from 3 until 6 in the morning without starting the night. So I would have to have like a little sleep, and then I'd wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, all disorientated, not had the right amount of sleep, be absolutely knackered, and then have to get ready to go to work for 3 o'clock. But I needed the money because I was paying rent at the time, and also I needed the money because I needed to save up for uni, which I was going to in London, and my university in London was a stage school, so the £9,000 student loan did not cover my fees, let alone cover my rent and anything else that was going to come across, you know, living in London. So I needed to save up a couple of grand. So I was like, I need to work so hard. That's why I always had 2 jobs. And my parents always taught me to work hard. So I'm not gonna lie to you, it was like the dream job for a long time, and then it started to really make me ill. I was getting so run down. My sleep pattern was completely messed up. Like, when I mean completely, I couldn't sleep at all at a normal time. I'd be awake till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, then sleep until 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It was just absolutely awful. And then I would never go to college, and then I go straight to work at Primark if I picked up extra shifts. Sometimes I speak so quickly, I actually stumble on my words. But, right, so I should probably tell you the story about my 18th birthday. So my 18th birthday, I was so excited because the club I was working for, they arranged me a booth and all of those things, and I was like, oh my god, I feel like I'm a little celeb. But I wasn't, obviously. But you know, you feel like that, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna have my own booth. I'm cool. I'm gonna have, you know, sparklers come to my table. I'm a cool girl. Actually, right now, I feel like I'm the coolest girl in the world because I've got my prep bag, I'm chilling in my jumper. Like, I've never felt cooler in my life, even though I'm the opposite of cool. But at the time, I thought I was the coolest girl in the world, and actually I was just an absolute, just not loving life at all. But you know, we do these things. Anyway, so it was my 18th birthday, and we went for pre-drinks on West Street, and then we went to the club, and there is Imogen, so excited, it's a joke. And I am going mental. I'm like, it's my 18th birthday! Shouting it in front of the bouncers. To which point the bouncers are like, hun? Have you got something to tell us? And I'm like, what? So then they take my ID. And they're like, so you've been working here for 1.5 years. And you are, you know, underage and illegal. You could lose us our job. You could lose the whole company, you could lose us our job, the whole company could lose its job. You all right? And I was like, I'm so sorry, Joe. I was like, I'm so sorry, Joe. I started crying. I was like, I'm so sorry. Please just let me go in this once. I'll never come in again. I was like, you know, it's gone now. I'm 18 now. So actually no one needs to know about it. No one's going to ever question it. I was trying to blag it. Anyway, he let me go in. Thank the good Lord. After about half an hour of standing outside, but everyone else has gone inside, and there's me just standing outside on my birthday, just chilling, like in the freezing cold, in this pink Barbie dress, like, you know, sweet 16, except it was sweet 18, but, you know, big prom dress, even though I didn't have a prom. So anyway, I go into the club, and it's about 10:30. Now, I was with my ex-boyfriend at the time. He comes in, chilling, loving life. So then, by 10:30, 11:15, I'm kind of like, I've done this for 2 years, and I'm bored. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, this isn't me being like, I've been clubbing for 2 years already, like I'm bored. I was actually like, I've been to this club so many weekends, probably, you know, for 2 years, and I was like, there's nothing special about it. And like, I still remember to this day, the only part I really enjoyed about my 18th birthday was being at my house with my family and my friends coming over. And that was the best part, because I'd ruined it for myself. Like, honestly, I was like, what did I do? I wasted so long trying to grow up that now I am actually growing up. I feel like I've experienced it too early. So anyway, my ex-boyfriend was like, oh, let's go back, blah, blah. I'm thinking, oh my God, he's gonna give me a present. You know, I left that club at 11 o'clock. My friends had the night of their lives. I missed the cake, the sparklers, the alcohol. I didn't care really because I was apparently long gone loving life because I'm a lightweight. Not that I drink now, but I've got a story time about that. Obviously, I've got another story time, but chitter cha-ching for the story times. That's why my jumper's so big, it's for the story times. Anyway, I'm so cringe, I know. So then, we end up going back and we end up walking back to his. Anyway, on the way back, we got a kebab. But, so little did I know that that wonderful kebab, which was vile and came straight up. Sorry that that's too much information, but the kebab didn't stay with me for that long. Little did I know that when I got back to my ex-boyfriend's house, he actually told me that was my 18th birthday present. Now, I am not materialistic in the slightest. I literally would be happy with a chocolate bar for my birthday, but a chocolate bar with thought. So obviously I can't have dairy now. If someone went out of their way to go to Holland & Barrett and pick me up the chocolate raisins that I love, or the Vigo bar that I love, or something like that, that would be the best birthday present in the world because it's thoughtful. A kebab. A kebab that I didn't even like. That was my birthday present for my 18th birthday. Luckily, I got fish from my friends, so that was cute, but the fish died. The fish really died very quickly, actually. One got sucked into like the little fan. It was really horrible. But basically, note to self, actually I can't go back, but note to all of my Huns, don't try and grow up too quickly, because honestly, you just get to the point where you're like, what am I gonna do when I'm 21? Like, I've already done it by the age of 18. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just telling my Huns, learn from Imogen's mistakes. But you know what? That is a fun job story because actually I met so many different people, but one thing I really didn't like is you get to know everyone on the club scene and you're like, you know, like you see everyone all the time and it just gets a bit samey and it's a bit incestuous, like everyone knows everyone and it's all a bit, I don't know. I have so many memories of it and so many fun memories, but also sad memories because when me and my friend fell out and I had to do it on my own sometimes, it was just lonely and it was just a bit hard during the winter because I was just so cold and like you'd be on the seafront flying and snow like particles would be hitting you in the face and you'd go in to get warm but you just couldn't and you couldn't even feel your hands and you'd be handing out these flyers and it was just not the funnest time of my life, but I saved up money and I got to go to uni, so essentially it helped me. But this does actually lead me on to my next story time, which I will see you for the next one, for next Sunday, because it is a really good story time, because that is another job, and it was another retail job, and I need to tell you about that one, because Imogen was a little bit naughty. I really hope you like these videos. Please definitely give them a massive thumbs up. I love doing these. They do get longer, but I feel like they're short and sweet, and I just give you a little roundup of what I used to do, and maybe it's a little bit more of an insight into my life, and hopefully you find some things funny, and hopefully you're like, oh my God, Imogen, what were you doing? But definitely hit the subscribe button, join my family of Huns, and also just love your life because I love you so much. You have no idea how much I love you. Also, if you are new here, then basically I play a sound game where you just gotta guess the song that I'm married to. Also, I've got another story time about clubs and stuff because I end up doing other things when I get to London, so I'll tell you about that one shortly. Let me get a song. I haven't even got my phone with me. Also, I have so many story times coming your way, angels, every single Sunday, so make sure you subscribe. Also, I have post notification shout outs today, so ready for that one. My two post notification shout outs today go to Izzy and Rachel. I love you both so much. Thank you both for subscribing to me. Thank you both for being Huns, and thank you for being so active with me. I love you both so much. If you want a post notification shout out, all you need to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn that post notification bell on, and retweet my latest video link when it goes live on Twitter. All of my social media handles will be in the description below, and also all of the previous story times will be in the description below too, so I hope you enjoy these. I love you with all my heart, and until next time, I'm gonna love you, and I'm gonna leave you. That just didn't work, did it? No. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am, oh, You know when you try and take a jumper off and then you've got like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I love you all so much. Bye.